Making this video here is probably going to be my last one, this little series. I'm going to hopefully record some more tomorrow. If you haven't watched the other ones, I'd mention that. Um, so hopefully I have some videos coming out every day, at least for a decent amount of time. I still have um, a little over a couple of pages worth of topics to talk about. That's not to mention there's going to be anything else kind of come up. I mean, like me and my wife have talked about and stuff before, our lives are kind of crazy. I feel like comparatively to most people, at least around here, because our lives didn't stop at like 21, 22, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was talking with a guy that I haven't talked to in years. Um, wasn't never necessarily like friends, but I'd say that we're buddies. We've been at each other's houses and stuff. We used to do the like backyard wrestling bullshit and stuff together, right? And he was always like in a medical field. He's one of the people who's always changed the job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he's always fat boy, and he's always like been in a medical field, um, stuff like that. Like he's completely changed towns where he lives. Um, he's like working out and stuff now, so he's not fat or anything anymore. And then also like he's a fucking truck driver, which something I never would have fucking thought would have been a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, so that kind of talks a little bit about like in the sense that last video I made. Everybody else around you, their life is still going. A lot of people though, they don't have any character development. Even if they are changing jobs or changing where they live, they're kind of living the same life. But I feel like, every now and again you'll come across somebody that's actually made a change. Whether if it's good or bad, it's something. Kind of shake the universe up or whatever a little bit. But topic I want to touch on in this is kind of getting back to the NPC normie stuff. So like, there's something me and my wife was talking about there the other day, and with a lot of the NPCs or normies, it feels like honestly like I'm talking to my 2.5-year-old daughter, right? She makes sentences, and I'm gonna paraphrase here, so don't laugh too much. But it's like she'll say like dibby dibby dibby, Walmart dibby dibby dibby, rubber ducky dibby dibby dibby, papaw. She says that all the time, right? And she'll do other sentences like that, but that's one of her go-tos, right? Because she remembers at one point in time, it wasn't Walmart, but every store to her is Walmart. Okay, so we went to a mall, and they have like a little claw machine where you can get rubber duckies in them, and that's what I wanted her to kind of get. And it's one of those ones where you can't lose, like you keep going till you win. Um, and that's what I wanted her to get my dad, her papa, for Christmas, because I took having a kid makes you germaphobe. Okay, so but anyways, took and like wiped off like a Lysol wipe, the little handle and stuff on the machine. Then I took her hand, I kind of put mine over it, and we tried, and we ended up winning three of them because I wanted her to have some. And then I laid them all out later whenever we got home. She picked one out. I was like, "Which one do you want to give the pap on?" She picked one out, and so that's the one she gave him. So she remembers going and doing that. Like that's a big memory to her. Right. And this here is how the Debbie Walmart Debbie rubber ducky Debbie Papaw, right? This is how most people will hear you speak if you're speaking about something that is just slightly that's not one of their speech choices, right? Uh, I've always said this is like you can talk about like fast food with anybody, or you talk about whatever fucking stupid movies or TV shows everybody's watching. Everybody's doing some just completely normal activity NPC loop shit, right? But like for example, my wife was this is kind of what sparked, I guess, us talking about this. But like my wife was talking to her mom, my mother-in-law, and she was trying to tell her about some things that um, like maybe a remedy that she could do to kind of help with her like acid reflux and stuff like that. And it was, I forgot what it even was, but basically the only thing that she heard was Walmart, like in that several sentences my wife was saying, because some you could get some at Walmart, whatever, right? And um, at least I remember this is how I remember the story goes, but it doesn't necessarily matter. It's the point of it is then she'll go off and start talking about something completely different in regards to Walmart, because that's something that normies understand, right? They can't fathom that, hey, you don't have to fucking get on medicine to fix an issue. You can, most of the time, you can kind of fix it yourself, right? Medicine, a lot of times, the easy way out. Well, I got to realizing they're the way that I hear my daughter speak sentences is the same way that these people will hear, and I'm saying these people as in NPCs and normies, will hear you speak sentences if you're talking about something that's not one of their speech choices, right? And I always say that in regards to like video games, you know. Each character has certain dialogue that you can speak with them about, and that's it, okay? That's exactly how these people operate. And you can every now and again say something that'll just like throw like a glitch in their system. Like you say some kind of outlandish. This is what I like to do whenever around these people sometimes. But they always go right back to their track. Like they get off track for a second, then they're right back to it, right? And there could be a catastrophe, or there could be like a thing where, say, if it's like family, somebody's mad at one another for a little bit, and then everything just kind of proceeds like as normal, right? Like I even got a little wild, you know, just me and my wife talking. I was like, you know, you could go in there in front of like the entire family and just fucking take a shit in the floor, and then like just look at them all, and then they're gonna be like, oh fuck, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But then next weekend they're still gonna come back and visit, and it's gonna be like the same thing. And then they're gonna act like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? That's that NPC shit. Like, uh, it's kind of crazy to think about. Oh shit, just keep that. But it's pretty fucking crazy actually. You know, to think about how these people like even get by in life, how they even do anything. You know, it blows my mind honestly. Like, but you know, it is what it is though. If you're not if you're not there with your speech choices, or if you're not there complying with those, they just don't know how to reply, and they're not hearing anything that you say. They're just sitting there waiting for you to take a breath, so then that way they can interject and start talking about, oh, they mentioned Walmart. And a lot of these NPCs and stuff like that, this is why I always talk about it, and I'll talk about it in some of the other videos and stuff too, is everything that they talk about is like a past memory. Nobody's ever making new memories. Like you've always heard the same fucking stories. It's like their life ended in their, say, mid 20s or something, just roughly, right? And every story that they ever talk about is like a thing, right? And my wife was kind of talking about, well, what should I cook? Like, what would be good for supper? This is just an example, not to beat up on her family so much or whatever, right? Because my family's the same fucking way, but it's just recent examples, and we don't have a lot of interaction other than business things um, with anybody else, right? So my point is though, is like they just sit there and they wait for, again, for you to take a breath or to finish, depending on their type of personality, to then just talk about that one thing that they heard you talk about, and then they'll relate it to something that happened later. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, my wife was talking about, well, what should she make for supper? And I mentioned, well, you know, we got them steaks in the fridge. We probably need to go ahead and cook them up and stuff, right? Before they rot out. And, anyways, with that being said, um, then one of them went on to talk about how they made some steaks one time and it was so good and did all this and it was like a thing, and it's like, this was something that happened 20 years ago. Have you not had a like a this is one of those people that's just always rambling on, talking and telling stories and stuff, right? And it's like, Have you not ate a steak in 20 years? Have you not like made a new memory with that to be able to do that? And they do this all the time. It doesn't have to be steaks. Could be anything, right? So don't say, oh, it's just because they're poor and ain't got shit. I mean, you could say something about like a fucking a vehicle. They've all got vehicles and shit like that, right? And it's like, well, I used to have this one thing on this one vehicle that I had 20 years. It's like, or whatever, right? Like, have you not made any new memories? Have you not progressed past that time frame, right? Everybody's stuck in the past, and it's like they have a core set of memories that they're able to pull from to tell the stories of. And most of these people, you're going to be hearing the same shit. Yeah, you can talk about, hey, yeah, yesterday's weather is crazy or whatever, but that's just normie and PC shit. But if it's like something that's like a little bit more individualized, like everybody talk about, yeah, I ate a great cheeseburger the other day at fucking McDonald's or whatever, right? Like, but the point is though, is it's like everybody has like, again, just a small preset of memories that they make at one point in life, and then they have to pull from those. Like, what have you been doing? Have you not made a fucking memory in years? And it's kind of crazy, but the most modern memory that, again, talking about the in-laws and stuff like that, have had that they bring up, and they brought it up a million fucking times, was about 3 years ago. Um, I took them to eat at a restaurant that they'd never been to before. That was in like a different county and stuff, right? And they talk about how they really liked it and everything. It's like, if you really like it that much, you can go back there without me having to take you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you like it so much and you bring it up, like, at least once every couple of months or something, like, it's not that far out of the way. You can go there and eat. You can go there and do that, right? And it's like, but they won't do it because it's out of their little loop. I broke the mold for them one time by taking them to this place. It's not like it's fancy or anything. It's like a cheeseburger and chicken strip joint. You know what I'm saying? But it's something different. And it's like a small mom and pop place. And I was the one to kind of break the mold for these people for something that they've a life that they haven't been living this entire time. And it's just like, why don't you break the mold a little bit more? Why don't you shake the universe up? Throw it a curveball. Say, hey, I'm not going to eat here today. I'm going to drive just a little bit further out and eat at this other thing. Like, I'm going to try something new today. I'm going to McDonald's. I'm not just going to get McDoubles today. I'm going to get a fucking uh, the fish sandwich or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Throw the universe a curveball and see what kind of memories happen and things that'll just like spawn or whatever. You got something new to talk about. It's like, yeah, you get McDoubles every time you go to McDonald's, and it's like, yeah, they're good. They're the same every time, but it's like, try something you ain't never tried. And this is just relating it to food because, again, this is within the realm of speech choices, right? And you would have a new story to tell. Yeah, I tried that fish sandwich and it was actually really good. Or I tried it and it sucked ass. Well, at least you got something new to talk about that isn't like, yeah, back in the day I done this thing and this, that. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's like people, they're allowed to get programmed in a way where they have certain things to talk about. Um, but you can only have those for so many years, and then the rest of life is just the same old, same old. It's all the blur. You know, I used to fear change personally, but I don't anymore. I realize that change is necessary to shake the universe up and to develop, as a human more. But anyways, though, so that's all I kind of want to talk about on this one here. It's going to be the last video I'll make kind of in this set. And like I say, if everything goes well in life, I'm going to try to make some more tomorrow. If not, it'll be sometime soon. And, you know, keep going with these. I'm probably coming up pretty close on the 100th video, so I'll have to do something maybe kind of cool for that. But anyways, though, If anybody watch this, have a good one.